So, hello, welcome to another Reps call. Costantina is not here this week, so I'm going to be here now. For today, let me just see who is signing themselves in the Etherpad. Jason, Fernando, Paul, Punet, Takeshi, Robbie, Alok, David, and there are 12 people in the Zoom room, and Phil is following from Metrics. Let's see if there's anyone else. Oh, I can see Sarvar, Lourdes, um, General Leyer, Lydia, Venkat, and James. Thank you very much, James, for the support. So I think today I will let Mrinalini start if she's okay with that. And Mrinalini is we share a presentation created about the community portal. And if you can see, she put a link to the presentation in the Etherpad.
Awesome. Should I start, Francesca?
Yeah, sure. Check if you can share the presentation. If not, I can do it for you.
I'll just do it one. Give me a second. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So this presentation is for anyone who's been following around with the portal, and I think the reps have been I think we're the first group to create a group profile in the portal, which is great. But it's not going to be anything new. But essentially, this is a resource that we created for anyone who has come across the portal for the first time, is not really sure what this is, or someone is interested in joining the Mozilla community, because I know reps are usually the first people they talk to and approach. So instead of having to verbally explain something or write it down, we just created this resource, which might be an easy presentation just to share with anyone. And we will put this up on Discourse and also on the community portal wiki. But I just thought I would run everyone through it once. So this is the home page. Then it's kind of like a brief description of what the portal is. So we think of the portal as the one-stop destination. And the goal is to create a central platform for all Mozillians to be able to find, discover opportunities, and collaborate across community members and groups. And the idea is that these used to be all the different places and different portals that existed, but now we have this one place for everyone to come to. Then what are the benefits? Because the next question that someone thinks about is, okay, why should I join this? What will I get out of it? So we have showcased sort of what we think are the three key most attractive features of the portal, which is it's a universal platform for all groups to share and showcase their work to the community. Because we heard a lot from surveys and conversations that we had done, is that recognition was very, very important, and it was very difficult, like the earlier slide showed us, because there were so many different platforms and there were so many different groups. So this is that one space for all groups to be able to showcase the great work that they're doing. Ease in contributors finding opportunities in groups that match their skills and interests. So to be able to find better opportunities that are more in line with what you want to do as well. And then recognition, which you get as a verified and official Mozilla community group, which also allows you to request funding for events and activities. Yeah, so the main features for the portal are the campaigns page, activities, groups, events, and your individual profile. And this is just a little snapshot for people about exciting features and things that they can actually do on the portal, like RSVPing to events, adding links to your personal profile. Again, that showcase your own contribution and your skills, creating an event.
Mrinalini, I'm not sure your slides are changing.
Oh, for me it's changed. Is it? Oh, which slide do you see?
Community portal.
The first one?
Slide, yes.
Oh, Jessica, do you want to screen share that? I
now it works. Now I can see. Does
but
it
should
benefit?
I show it like this? Is that...
We can see now. Now you are on one-stop destination.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I have no idea why. I put it in present mode. Okay, no worries. So that was the slide when I was talking about the one-stop destination. Then the 3 benefits, and then just a brief overview of the main pages. And then I was just talking quickly about the features. Can you see the features slide? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, good. Thanks. Thank you, Francesca, for letting me know about that. Yeah, I was talking about the third one, which is creating an event as part of a larger Mozilla campaign. So creating your own events and activities that go in line with the larger campaigns. Featured groups are showcased on the portal homepage, and that you can subscribe to a newsletter to get the latest updates on opportunities and campaigns. Then there's a little bit about how do you get started, and we just thought the simplest steps are create your profile, browse activities, events, groups that are linked to your interests, join a group, and if you can't find one that matches your interests or in the region that you're in, go ahead and create a group. And finally, just more information, which is the portal link, the FAQ on Discourse, and then some contact details. So it's a very, very short presentation, and I will share that with everyone after this call is done as well. Does anyone have any questions?
Not really a question, but someone's going to raise that. I know that it's been a while, it's been a long journey moving across to the community portal, or at least it's felt not in a bad way, but in a passage of time. And I think that looking at the new people, Mozilla.org, and the community portal, although they're 2 things, but treating them as one platform, they're really impressive tools. There's an awful lot there through the Edit Credit profile that is them. You know, it's not just a name. You can put a bit of personality behind it and use that to aid your contribution to Mozilla. I think they're both wonderful tools, and urge everybody, if people haven't already, to explore both of them.
Thank you. Also, everyone who's on this call, if there is something you think I should add to the presentation, feel free, let me know. I can make any changes if you think there's something, and really from the mindset of a new person who's learning about the portal for the first time or is interested in Mozilla and wants to join the different community groups. If there's something that you think would help them or encourage them or facilitate the process, do let me know about that as well. I could definitely add it.
How did you see this presentation being used? If you can give us an example.
So what I was envisioning was if someone reaches out to you and says, "Hi, I've seen this happen on Matrix and on Telegram earlier as well. Was, oh, hi, I'm a student or I'm a young person from X city. Do you know any groups around me? What should I do? Where should I go?" So this would be like, "Hey, this is something you can look at," and then hopefully they would go to the portal, or you could directly link them to the portal as well. So that's what I was imagining it would be used for. And we're also going to circulate it with the groups that we know already exist but don't have a profile yet on the portal, hopefully to encourage them to create one and start using it more actively. I think that's all, but if you have anything else, feel free to email me or message me on Matrix as well. I think that's all.
So I don't see any other question, but feel free to write down your question in the Etherpad if you don't feel like talking. I don't see any question in Matrix either. Okay, so thank you very much, Mrinalina. That was a very interesting conversation, very beautiful slides. I have a presentation too, but it's going to look very, very sad after the slides because mine do not have even one picture in it. So I apologize in advance for that. So I'm going to start sharing my slide, and thank you very much, Mrinalini, for the presentation. It was really great. Okay, let me just. One second. Okay. Can you see my screen? The REPS mentorship program? Okay, great. Thank you. So this is a very, very quick presentation. In fact, I just put it into slides so just I could order my thoughts on it. Just because we have been talking for a while about the challenges in the mentorship program. If you were at the virtual hand meetings, you wouldn't know we talk about it, but this has been a long time coming. I know, for example, Shabbat's organized a mentors meeting to talk about this, and there've been chat and discussion about this for a while. So I thought we could start now that we think we have our challenges clear, we can start to look at what our next steps on this. And I want to say this is just very much a work in progress. So this is more like a look of how we will try to solve these challenges, not how we will solve, how we are going to solve these challenges, but more in how we are trying to define how to solve these challenges, if that makes sense. So first of all, let's have a little look at what we define were the challenges for the REPS mentorship program, and then how we are going to obtain more detailed information on that, on how also we are going to get an idea on how to go forward, and we will do that to collecting information and feedback again for you, and then how we are going to define our next step. You can see my slides changing, yes? Are my slides changing? No. Okay. Yes? Can you see something with written agenda?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Okay. So the challenges are what you told us. So as I say, this has been going, this collection of challenges and discussion have been going on for a long time, and like in chat, informal chat, mentors meeting, and the last thing was the virtual all hands meeting. So there have been many challenges that have been collected. I know these that are here in the slides are not the only one, but when we had the virtual hands meeting, these are the ones people say, okay, these are the most important one. And I think in a way, these are the overarching one, the one that in a way are the source of other challenges. So the first one, I think, that many have expressed is a desire for to clearly define, sorry, and possibly redefine what is the role, the function of the mentors. The second one is, which in a way comes from this one, is to have clear guidelines for mentorship activities. So one is what are the mentors, and the other one, what do the mentors do? And the last one was collected. There was some concern about what to do when a mentor became active, but I would also say we should try to understand what does it mean when a mentor became active, how does it look like, and why do a mentor became inactive. So I think these are the three main challenges I think for now, looking at this challenge, an important thing for us to do is to look at what a mentor is and what do you think a mentor should be. So we could do that through collecting feedback. So we are going to ask for contribution for mentors and mentees. I know that every mentor is also a mentee, but we are going to ask also people who are not a mentor to contribute to this. So we're going to we are going to do this in two main ways. I was thinking the survey is going to be detailed, it's going to be to have space for you to express your thoughts, not just going there. So you will have space to express your thoughts there, and it's going to be both for mentors and mentees. There will be some section specifically for mentors, but this is please for everyone to take. It's not up yet. I will probably send it off next week once I have feedback from the council to see if I missed anything, and then it will go on and I will ask you to answer. But obviously the survey is just in a way is a one-way street. I think it's also important to have a discourse post where people can discuss. And if we see that there is interest to discuss, we can even organize a meeting later on. But let's start with these two, and then we can see how the situation evolves. And then after we have this, I think we can take the next step. So I think when we have all this feedback, we will be able to define what should be the role of our mentors and draw a proposal on how we can arrive there. And when we have that, then we will come back and ask, so this is what you told us, this is what we understood, and this is how we think we can arrive where you want us to arrive. So, and then we are obviously going, are we correct? And we are going to collect feedback on that proposal. So that's it. I know it's not a very detailed plan, but hopefully when we start collecting feedback, when we start collecting opinion, that will be more detailed. Okay, stop sharing. Okay, great. Are there any questions on this?
No.
Hello? I don't hear anyone. Let me see if someone is writing on the chat. Sorry. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything on this on the chat. Do I see anything in the Etherpad? No. Does anyone have a question they want to ask?
Again, not a question, but I'll say that I think that the approach is a good one to take. I think it's an open way to look at the problem. Well, not say problem, wrong word. The right way to look at the topic. And I'd urge everybody to, as I did previously, I'd urge everybody to take the survey and to provide feedback. It's an opportunity where the community can make a difference and can potentially make a change. And it's up to everybody, not just on this call, but more widely to take part in that opportunity.
Yeah. The more feedback, the more the result will be aligned with what you think and what you want, essentially. Okay, let me see. I don't see any more questions. I don't see anyone in the chat, in the Etherpad either. Okay, so one last thing. Obviously, you have seen, I think most of you have seen the discourse post about asking you how we can collect reports on some activities from the reps, and there is a discourse post there, is down in the Etherpad. So if you can go and have share your thoughts there, that would be great. I know we are asking you a lot of feedback. But any opinion counts, and so that would be great if you could do that. And yes, I don't think anything else. Costantina will be back next week, and yeah, I think that's it. So obviously, anyone else want to ask a question? No, I don't see anyone. Okay, then I will give you 5 minutes back and enjoy the rest of your day or your evening or your night. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you, Francisco. You did a great job. Thank you so much.